am too picky sometimes, I think. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've started trying to film this video, and I just don't like it for some reason. Trying to jump back into the mood of actually filming videos when it's been a while since I filmed anything is super hard, and I am already seriously running out of time to film. So, I need to either get going with this and stop stopping myself, or just completely give up, and then who knows when the next chance I'll have to film is. So I don't like this introduction either. Hello, and thanks for clicking on this video. I'm going to attempt something that's either going to be fun, or at least funny, or it's going to be completely boring, and we won't know which it is until I get going on it, and I've already tried like 5 or 6 times to get going on it. This is hard. This will be a series if I decide I like doing this and just want to keep going with it. It will be a series of videos. I have no idea how many. But the attempt of this is Korean and Japanese and Chinese Asian dramas. It's the only thing in my life that I have kept a record from basically from the beginning of when I started watching them. Like books and English stuff, like, dude, I was tiny when I started watching stuff like that, so I have no idea what everything that I've ever read or watched in English. I have no idea. But with the Asian stuff, very nearly right from the beginning, there was random stuff before that. It's kind of like anime, okay? I was actually watching anime before I knew that I was watching anime. I was watching what I thought were cartoons. I had no idea that they were actually anime that came from Japan. The same kind of thing sort of happened with the Asian stuff, right? You'd randomly find Chinese movies. We'll get into that when we get into the Chinese section of this. But randomly, sort of. But like when I know for a fact that I definitively started watching the live action, and it was my choice to actually definitively start watching the live action of Asian stuff, it was Japanese stuff, and it was in 2009. And like I only watched like a couple in 2009, I think, and then the majority of it started with the definitive I'm going to do this and get into this, moved away from anime and got into the live action instead. It was 2010 was when I really started that. And that was the Japanese stuff. The Korean stuff definitively started in 2015, but as you'll see, I was watching like movies and stuff at least. There were a few of them that I saw before 2015. And the Chinese stuff definitively like into actual dramas started in 2021, possibly maybe the very end of 2020. But the thing is, what I'm going to attempt right now is to just, for fun, go through and see what I remember about these things. What is the lingering impression when I read the names and potentially, like, look up stuff on my drama list to try to jog my memory a little more. What is the lingering impression? Because I have my records are gone. I lost them in the fire, so I have no record. There's a whole whack ton of this stuff that I don't even know when I saw it. I don't even have a date anymore, let alone what I thought of them. What did I rate them? What did I think of them? When did I see them? I don't have any of that information anymore. Some of them I do have a date for, or a sort of date. I'm stopping 2021. Once I have a record of anything, I'm not going to touch that. I'm only going to go through what I don't have a record for. I'm going to start with the Korean stuff. I listed these on the computer because I reconstructed a list. So I have, as far as I know, I have close to the complete record back again, because I worked really hard with my sister's help to like look up and find all the titles by going through favorite actors, actresses, people that I know, anything, connecting all as many dots as I could to reconstruct the list. So I have very close, I think, to everything, but I'm more than likely missing, especially on the Japanese list, but probably even on the Korean list, I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff because they were not connected to favorites or anything like that. Rambling all over the place. Let's just get started with this. Okay, alphabetical order. Korean movies. The first one I have listed is 100 Days with Mr. Arrogant, and I have no idea when I watched it. Given that name, every time I hear that name, my brain is connecting it to something else. So maybe I didn't like this one as much as I remembered, because maybe I'm thinking of something else, not this one. But I think it's this one that I'm remembering that I actually really enjoyed. I found it really cute and really funny from what I remember. It's kind of funny because when I read the description of what it is, that's not something that I enjoy anymore. I think I sort of enjoyed it more before because I was too dumb to recognize what's going on. In these kind of dramas where like the guy is being practically abusive. He's being so nasty to the girl. So many of the Japanese and Korean ones do this. The guy is like downright nasty and basically abusive towards the girl, and yet we're supposed to find it funny and cute. And it's romantic because she ends up falling in love with him, and he ends up falling in love. The bad boy with a heart of gold. Ugh, they do it so wrong so often. Anyway, I don't remember how much of that actually played into this or not. In the description, it looks like he was being kind of really mean to her. And I mean, he's Mr. Arrogant. I don't remember. All I remember is that from the name, when I read the name and look at the picture, I enjoyed it. I really should find it again. I really should find it. Watch it again. Okay, the next on the list is Fourth Period Murder Mystery. And I have a date for this one for some reason. I watched it May 6th, 2013. This one, I don't even have to look it up. I've watched it so many times. I don't remember how many times, but I know it was like quite a few times that I watched it because I absolutely love this movie. This is one of my ultimate, all-time, total top favorite Korean movies. I loved this movie. I don't even entirely know why, but it was just so well done. It sucks you right in. I absolutely love it. And it does have another title that I don't remember right now, but I didn't look it up. So you'll have to find it on your own or I'll put it up on screen. I loved that movie. Then the next one on my list that I don't know why I have a date for it, but I apparently do, is Baby and I, that I watched in November of 2009. I do not remember this movie very well at all. Looking at the picture and stuff, I think that baby had an actual voice, like we could hear what the baby was thinking and stuff, which I don't like, because they have a different brain than adults do. Human brains have different stages. There's baby, and there's children, and there's hormonal teenagers, and there's adult. Our brains grow. There's different stages. Babies do not think like that. They do not have, especially the younger they are, they don't have logically thinking brains. They just don't. And it bothers me when babies are portrayed like they're at least teenagers, if not adults. Like, the more adult-like they behave, the more I absolutely hate it. Like Family Guy, that is like so repulsive to me. I hate it so much. Don't get me started on it. What they do with that baby. Oh, it's gross to me. So Baby and I think, if I remember correctly, you could hear the baby's thoughts, which I don't know if it bothered me that much in it because it wasn't a huge thing. It was just every now and then. But, I mean, from what I remember, it was okay. That actor for a little bit, like he, I believe, is one of my sister, still, or for at least a little while, was one of her favorite actors. I liked him, but I don't know for sure if I could really ever call him a favorite actor. But that's all I really remember about that one. I really don't remember much about it. The next movie on the list that, again, for some reason, I do have a date for, the next movie is Blind. And that one I watched on May 6, 2013. As we go through this, you'll probably be able to guess who my favorites were for a while. Yoo Seung-ho is one of my ultimate favorite actors. He was for a long time, and he still is. Yoo Seung-ho, I've seen almost everything he's ever acted in. I went on a total spree with him, and if you want a whole video about why and what got me whatever and like that, ask for it, and I will make a whole video dedicated to Seung-ho. Anyway. So you'll notice, if you're paying attention at all, if you look up any of these things or whatever, you'll see, I've seen almost, like, I kind of dropped the ball and it's been a while. There's a few things that I haven't seen of his lately, but most of his stuff, I have seen it. Blind, I really liked this movie too. I kind of called it a favorite for a while. I don't remember. Did I say it already? I saw it on May 6, 2013. Yes, I really like this movie. I still really like it. The thing that I didn't like the most about it, I mean, my gosh, I can't. The beginning of this movie, I can't. It is way too horrifically heartbreaking. Way too close to home. What happens at the beginning? Can't. I have to skip that part. I can't watch that part of the movie. I cannot watch that part of the movie. But the rest of the movie, the only thing that I remember that I didn't like about this was, like, for a little bit there near the end, like, it got a little too slow. and a little too, like, because it's blind, right? She's blind. So, like, there's a section of the ending of the movie where, like, the lights are basically out. She doesn't need the lights, and it's to her advantage that the lights goes out because then the bad guy can't see what he's doing. But it gets really dark, and it gets really quiet, and it goes really slow, and it's supposed to be dramatic, and I understand why they're doing that, but there's something about it that, yeah. But I like this movie. Then the next movie is listed, City of Fathers, that I watched May 9th, 2013. Again, it's a sumo movie. But to be honest, I really don't remember this movie. According to my drama list, it's an 18 plus, restricted for violence and profanity. And that's kind of maybe the only vague impression that I do have of it, was that it was kind of, okay. Like, it's one of those movies that I only watched because of Seondal. I probably wouldn't have watched it otherwise. And that's the only impression I can say of that one. Like, I don't know why I watched it. Only because of Seondal. I don't have any good impressions left of it. I do not remember it. Apart from what I can remember, it was violent and so the next one on the list is called Codename Jackal. Codename Jackal, that I apparently watched on July 22nd, 2013. And in case you couldn't tell, from what I remember of that movie, it was absolutely hilarious. I really want to watch it again, like, because from what I remember, my impression in my memory, it was hilarious, and I really want to see it again. Next one I gotta look up is called Commitment. I have to look it up because I don't remember. Okay, it was the one that's T.O.P. from, what on earth is the name of that group? Goodness me, I have to look at his page. All of a sudden I'm blanking on what the name of their group is. Big Bang. T.O.P. from Big Bang. Yes, I listened to some of their music before, but no, I'm not exactly into that group. I never was. Some of their music is good, but the whole image of that group, I never liked it. And just, anyway. Right, the North Korean spy. From what I remember, his acting was amazing in this one. So it really pulled you in, and it really got you hooked into it. But from what I remember, there was also something, like, really sad about it or something. So, like, not a favorite. I don't think I could ever say it was a favorite, but it definitely had its value. At the very least, because it was acted so well. And then the next one listed here is called Dating on Earth. This is not actually a movie. It's a really short mini-series, but I list it as a movie because calling it a mini-series was really irritating. I don't remember. I guess I have to look it up. Oh, well, they on my drama list listed as a movie. Yeah, see, the whole thing is like an hour and 14 minutes. But from what I actually remember, if you actually go and find it, it's like 5-minute episodes or something like that. Or maybe 10-minute episodes. A mini-series. A mini-series. From what I remember, like, I really enjoyed this one, too. Okay, it's one of those ones where, like, they're trying to promote the group. Because this is another one. Now I have to look it up again. I also don't remember what group he was in. It is TVXQ. TVXQ when it was the 5-member group, not when it was just the 2-member group. When it was the 5-member group, and there again, there was a whole lot about these guys that I was into for a while. Because yes, I was into K-pop for a while. K-pop is what got me into the K-dramas, actually, basically. But don't get me on the road of K-pop. It's too. Point is, this one was one where it's like showcasing the group. It was trying to get you hooked into the group. And some of these guys are better actors than others. Some of them, like, I don't know. What was his name? Jaejoon? I think they call him JJ as his nickname. He was the main character in Codename Jackal, and I absolutely loved him in that one. But in this one, to be honest, he was not the greatest at acting in this one. His character was like... So, like, this whole thing, you can't really rate it very high for acting. It was not really about the acting. It was about showcasing the group and how beautiful they are. Literally, I'm not making this up. But the story was pretty good. Him falling out of his chair when she walks into the room was absolutely hilarious. The only thing maybe potentially that I don't like is, like, I really don't like it, to be honest. And let's just not get down on a trail of whatever. Don't take my words and run away with them. Anyway, you've seen this kind of thing in my other stuff. I don't really like it when the women, especially when it's the wife of a husband and she holds a position higher than him. I'm not comfortable with that. It's for so many reasons why, but I'll leave it there. So you can't call it for its acting. It's not good for its acting. It's a dumb little story that's got it's entirely fluff. It's got some depth to it, but it's got so much fluff in it. I enjoyed it. I did really like it. I watched it a couple of times at least. 2 to 3 times at least. The next one on the list is Do You See Seoul? In brackets I put Unforgettable. It's got 2 different names, depending where you look for it. And again, the only reason I watched this one is because of Seung-ho. Child actor. He started out as a child actor. And there's several of these movies here where he was a kid in the drama. I don't remember this one. What on earth was this one about? To a cookie factory in Seoul? Seriously? A cookie factory in Seoul? Yeah, I don't have a clue. I literally don't remember anything about this movie. Not a clue. And considering that I saw his other ones 2013, this was probably also 2013. Most of the movies I saw him in were probably the same year, so they're probably all 2013. But unless I tell you what date, that means I don't have a clue what date it was. I don't have anything here. I mean, my only clue would be that I'm basically all of his movies and everything. I found them all and watched them all back to back. So it was probably 2013 that I saw it. That gives you a sort of idea how many years ago it was that I saw it. But I have a clue. I don't even. They went to a cookie factory? Not a clue. Don't have a clue. Okay, the next one was Don't Tell Papa, and I'm not even going to look that one up because I guarantee you I don't have a clue. Don't Tell Papa, also a Seung-ho. I mean, obviously he was a child in that one. From what I vaguely remember, he was not the main character. At least in You See Seoul, he was the main character. It was following him and his friends and whatnot. Don't Tell Papa, from what I remember, he was not a main character. He was the child that was in the background. It was focused on the adults in this one. And I don't like it. I would not have watched it if Seung-ho was not in it, but I don't have a clue. I don't remember it. So then the next one on my list is Fly Daddy Fly. And I have to look at it just to make sure. Yes. This one is a Lee Joon-gi movie. And he is another actor that I took off with and watched almost everything he's ever acted in. I've also seen with him. For a long time I called him one of my favorite actors. And then, unfortunately, he escaped one stereotype only to drop into another stereotype. Practically all of his characters are exactly the same. You get this type of character, you get this type of character. There's 2 types of characters that he's played, and that's it. That's the only 2 he's ever played. He does work very hard, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's one of the ones where there was a period of time where there was finding all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff. And he had a little show showcasing more of his actual life and watching behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, and I watched a lot of that kind of stuff with him. I couldn't find as much about Seung-ho, but with Joon-gi, I saw a lot of stuff behind the scenes whatnot with him. So I was calling him a favorite for a while, but I've been kind of bored and slightly annoyed and upset with him lately because I'm you fell into another stereotype. You were trying so hard to escape the pretty boy one, and you fell into this one instead, and all of his characters are exactly the same. So it's getting really boring. Not only they're exactly the same, he keeps finding the same role to play. Why did he play a lawyer in at least 2, if not 3 different dramas? Yeah. Sorry. Sidetracked there. Fly Daddy Fly specifically. It was a good one, from what I remember. Although at the same time, not extremely sensationally memorable. Now, the next one on my list is called Flying Boys. And even just from the name, I haven't got a clue. Except that I think it's a Joon-gi story again. Is it? No. No, it's not. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. He's a support role in this one. I don't have a clue. Flying Boys. Instead of spending all the time telling you what these things are about, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm just putting up what they're about from my drama list, and you can read it. Go look it up yourself, or just look at it there, because this is going to be way too long already, even without me spending all the time to tell you what on earth it's about. I'm trying to quickly kind of skim it. I might cut out most of that. If this video looks slightly choppy, it's me cutting out me looking up what on earth they're about. Because Flying Boys, that's bringing absolutely nothing to my brain. Nothing. So I'm trying to kind of look at this. Even the picture is not bringing anything to my mind. Nope. I'm kind of skimming it, but apparently I have to find this movie and watch it again because, like, nothing. I'm getting nothing. So, the next movie... I don't even want to talk about this one. The next movie on the list is... Really, I guess it should have been on the first thing, because I took out the A when I guess the A is part of the name. It's not just Frozen Flower, it's a Frozen Flower. This is one of those movies, it is 18 plus for a reason. Violence and profanity, but also a lot of sexual content. This is one of those stories where all I want to know is who on earth came up with something like this and why. Because my gosh, is it ever disturbing. On so many levels, it is just disturbing. Why did I watch this movie? I need help. Why did I watch this movie? It is so gross and so, like, the further you go in this movie, the more you're, like, frozen in place, only watching because you can't move to stop it. You're like, why am I watching this? I am frozen, I can't move. This is horrific. Moving on. The next movie on the list is Guns and Talks that I apparently watched on June 2nd, 2015. I don't remember why. I can't tell you much about it. Like, I don't remember much about it at all, except that I did really like this movie. There was something about it that I really liked. And, like, when I see the title, I really want to go watch it again because I don't remember why. I just liked it. I think it was one of those ones that I found funny. I should be making a list here. How many of these movies do I need to go and watch again? Because I remember something about it, and now I'm like, okay, if I go and watch it again, am I going to be so disappointed and be like, what on earth was I talking about that I liked this movie? I don't know. I'm telling you impressions of what I remember because it has been so long. I told you, June 2015. It has been 10 years since I watched this movie. I don't remember if I watched it a couple of times. I think this is one of the ones, like, my younger sister really liked it too, and I think this is one of the ones we convinced brothers to watch, if not potentially, possibly even our dad to watch, which meant we really liked it. But I can't tell you more about it than that. From what I remember, I really liked it. Oh shoot, which one? The next one on my list here that I watched was He Was Cool. And I apparently watched it November 2nd, 2009. Oh, there it is. Given the picture, like my drama list, I look up He Was Cool and like 3 things came up. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And I'm like, durr. Had to scroll down and see that one there at the bottom there. That's the one I saw. He Was Cool. Here again. I do not remember like anything about this movie. Like nothing. This was in 2009, November 2nd, 2009. That's how many years ago? I don't remember anything about it. Except that I have the deep impression that I really liked this one. Like, it's potentially actually this one. Now that I see the name of it, it's actually potentially this one in 100 Days with Mr. Arrogance that I'm actually confusing with each other. Very, very possible that I'm confusing these two. And if I am, I think it's He Was Cool that I liked more than Mr. Arrogant. But you know what? I need to find both of these movies and rewatch them because I don't remember. So, leave it there. The next one that on my list that I watched, remember this is alphabetical order, is Hearty Paws that I watched on June 4th, 2013. And this is going back to Seung Ho. I liked it enough to get my sister to watch it, and she was so mad at me for making her watch it. Because this one actually centers on the dog. And that poor dog and everything it went through. And, like, after she said that, the jerk, she made me, like, rethink it as I watched it. So I liked it at first, and then, no, actually, I don't like this one. It's really, really hard to watch. Like, it's really sad. From what I remember, it's just, I can't. So, no, I will probably never watch it again, even though I did own it for a little while there. Okay, the next one on the list is, I don't know how to say the Korean word. The English translation is Tidal Wave. I really don't remember this one. Beyond the fact that it is one of those natural disaster crisis movies. It's literally a tidal wave. The tidal wave comes and slams into the city. And it's one of those ones that, like, my only memory... coupled with, like, typical. I think I did find it more recently, and I kind of skipped through it again. I don't have a date for this one. I kind of skipped through it again to remind myself what it was about, and I'm like, no, I'm never going to be watching that movie again. Because, as typical, it's one of those ones where it introduces you to all these different characters and kills a bunch of them. It always happens in the natural disaster ones. And which one does it end up picking, and why did they have to pick them to be the ones? And is it, like, predictable who dies and how they die? It's, like, always so predictable in natural disaster ones. So, I don't know. I think it was okay, but... And then the next one on the list is Hwayi, Monster Boy. And this is one of those ones where my sister really liked it. It's another one I think my sister liked it more than I did, maybe. There was something about it that I really liked because, like, within my memory, it is something that I remember it as a good movie for some reason. Probably the acting. Potentially the acting. It was a good one that is worth at least one watch. It's not a waste of your time. But exactly what's going on with it and exactly how much I liked with it. I mean, according to my drama list, it's an 18+ restricted movie for violence and profanity. So be careful. But I don't remember why. I don't remember exactly what happens. So the next one on the list that we're talking about is The King and the Clown. Jingy. This is another movie where I'm like, why the crap did I watch this movie? Why did I put myself through this? King and the Clown, this is one of the ones that Jungi got cast type. That's the word, not stereotypical, whatever. Cast type as. This is one of the ones that cast typed him that way. The pretty boy. And he got cast typed, and that's all he got was, like, the pretty boy ones. King and the Clown was one of the first ones, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It's one of the first ones that blew up for him, and everybody heard about him because of King and the Clown. It is definitely 18+. It is disturbing. Be very careful if you decide to watch that movie. I would not ever recommend it in any way, shape, or form. It definitely has good acting, although at the same time it's a little bit, I think, it's one of those ones that's a little bit of a sleeper movie. So you're kind of just, like, in a daze the whole time you're watching. You're like, I don't recommend it. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend that one. But if you do watch it, make sure you're 18 or older, because it's messed up. And then the next one on the list is called Man from Nowhere. This one, I think I do slightly remember better. I do not have a date. I don't know when I watched it. All I remember about this one is that for some reason, for whatever reason, I don't remember why, according to my drama list, his only friend is a little girl that lives next door. But yeah, somebody kidnaps her, I think. This is another 18+ restricted violence from profanity movie. Somebody kidnaps her or something, I think. So he goes on a rampage to go and get her back. I do vaguely remember that much. I didn't remember it was the girl from next door and that it was his only friend, whatever. I don't remember what kind of lifestyle he used to live. I'd have to, like, look at the description and whatever. It's not a very long description. But it is a good movie. It is also very violent. It's an action movie. It's very, very heavily on the action movie. So it's kind of... And I don't remember if it has a good ending or not. I legit don't remember if he lives or if he dies at the end of the movie. I think the girl lives. I don't remember. I do remember that it was a good movie. It was well done. You just have to watch out, like, make sure you're 18+. And then the next one on the movie is called May 18. And let me check. Is this... Yes, this is one that has Joong-gi in it. That is literally the only reason I watched this movie, because guess what? This is a war movie. I hate war movies. I hate war stories. I told somebody else and they're like, oh, that makes sense. I think it was my brother. I don't think I used to mind war stories and stuff as much, but ever since my older brother passed away, I cannot do it. I hate war stories. I can't. Even though sometimes still I watch them. It does kind of depend on what the war movie is focusing on, what the majority of the time is spent on, who are we with, and what happens to them, etc. But overall, I don't like war stories. And I think war movies are worse than war dramas, potentially, because movies themselves, I almost never watch movies anymore. Like, for some reason, movies are just too short. So many dramas are too long, but movies, there's something about it. Like, by the time I relax into watching this, I'm almost done it already. So, like, I almost don't watch movies anymore. I used to watch tons of them. Tons. I don't anymore. Yeah, how long is this video? It's already half an hour long, and I'm not even done with the movies yet. Clearly, the dramas are going to be in a different video. May 18th, I don't have a clue. I can't tell you what it's about. All I remember is that it's a war movie. I don't like it. The only reason I watched it is because it's a Joonggi movie. I don't like it. I think it's about a very specific, real life, well, it says down here, inspired by the 1980 Gyeonggi uprising. So yeah, like it was based on a historical event. But I don't like it. No, come on, you're not coming up for me. That is maddening. There you go. I looked up pirate and it wasn't even on the list of suggestions. I look up The Pirates and it comes up as like the third or fourth, or maybe the second. The Pirates. Apparently there's a The Pirates too. Pay no attention to that. It's got nothing to do with The Pirates. I have no idea whether The Pirates 2 is a good movie or not. I still have not gone and watched it. It was, when I first heard about it, they were acting like it was a sequel to this one. It's not. It's got absolutely no connection to it. It's completely different cast of characters. It's got nothing to do with this one, which made me mad because I wanted a second one of this one. You tell me that it's a sequel to this one. Yeah, even on my drama list, it's listed, The Pirates 2, The Lost Royal Treasure. It's got nothing, it's not a sequel. It has nothing to do with this one. It doesn't. I haven't seen it, but I guarantee you it doesn't. If it does have anything to do with it, it's probably like a minute little clip of something over there. It's got nothing to do with this one. This makes me really mad that my drama list lists it as a sequel, and that somebody acted like it was a sequel, because it's not. The Pirates. The first. The Pirates. This movie is absolutely hilarious. It definitely got my brothers to watch it, and they loved it too. It is so good. Absolutely hilarious. So good. Ridiculous. But really, really good. I've seen it more than once. I really like this movie. Highly recommend you go and watch it. Really good movie. Okay. The next one on the list of movies that I do not have a record for, because there are a couple here that I skipped because I do have records for them. See, I do occasionally still watch the movies. The next one on the list that I don't have a record for is called Seondal. I think that's how you say it. The Man Who Sells the River. Yes, we are back to Seung-ho movies. Except this one, I don't remember. I think from what I sort of, like, whatever the impression that I get from the name and from the picture, I liked it. There was something good about it, apart from Seung-ho. Or was it just Seung-ho? I don't know, because I love Seung-ho. But I don't remember anything about the movie, aside from vague impression of that I liked it, and, like, I really do need to watch it again. I just need to watch it again. So, that is all I can say about that one. And this is why I said this is either going to be really boring or at least slightly fun. The next one on the list is called The Magician, also a Seung-ho movie. I more recently kind of skipped through it again. I really, really need to watch this one again, but it's like a long movie. It's slightly over 2 hours. I do need to watch this one again. From what I remember, it was very well done. There were so many shocking and gripping and scenes, because it's horrible what the bad guy is doing to him. Totally horrible. Like, horrible what the bad guy is doing to him. The whole ending sequence, you're like, stop! The one thing I did not like about this movie, in the slightest, was the ending. No spoilers, I won't tell you, but I hate the ending of this movie. It was so frustrating. I hate it. Apart from that, and like, it was like, apart from that, like, it was well done. I love Seung-ho. He's such a good actor. He is such a good actor. And I don't know when I watched it. The only clue I have is that this movie came out on December 30th, 2015. So I saw it sometime after that. But when? Don't know. The next movie on my list is The Thieves. What is The Thieves? What are you? Okay, looking at the picture, I don't remember this movie. The only impression that I get from the title and the picture is that I liked it. It was well done somehow. I think it was funny. Kim Soo-hyun is in this one, so if you're angry at him about all of that, then I guess you can't watch this movie. He's one of the main characters, I believe, which it would be his fault that I watched this one, because, like, I watched several of the things he was in, and he is a really good actor, and there are, I think, I'd have to go back over the list of things that I've seen him in, but as far as I'm concerned, I saw enough of stuff, a vague understanding, a sort of understanding what's going on with him and why people are so mad at him and canceling him and whatever, But I don't think it affects me enough that if I enjoyed something that he was in that I saw before, I'm not going to stop enjoying it just because it's him that's in it. If you can't do it anymore, that's up to you. The Thieves, from what I remember, it was a good movie. I very much enjoyed it. The next one on the list is The Way Home. Just given that name, don't have a clue. What was it? Oh, it's another Seung-ho drama. Movie. So that's literally the only reason I watched it, is because it's Seung-ho. Nope. I don't remember this movie in the slightest. Like, not at all. Sort of, kind of. Getting, nope. Sorry. Gotta make up your own mind. Go watch it yourself. So the next one on the list is called Vanishing Time, A Boy Who Returned. I don't remember basically anything about this movie either, except that I'm pretty sure I hated the ending of it. There's something about it, from what I vaguely remember, all I remember of the impressions of was that I was super frustrated with it. It drew me in, and there was things about it that were well done, but like, you know, the further you go, I think it was the sleeper one, so it was kind of like, a daze the whole way through this. What am I watching? What's going on? Am I awake or am I dreaming? I don't know. Sleeper movies. Sleeper stories. Ooh, they drive me nuts. And there's so many of them in Japan. So many sleepers in Japan. But yes, the Koreans and the Chinese are also capable of it. From what I remember, this was a sleeper one. And it was kind of weird. And it was kind of from... I'm pretty sure I did not like the ending. I'm pretty sure I didn't. And it seems to me there was confused and open ending, open whatever. A lot of it was, I don't know. All I remember is that there's something about it that I definitively didn't like, because I don't get a good impression when I read that title. The next one on the list is called Virgin Snow, and apparently I watched it December 17th, 2013. The main thing I remember about this one is that it was a multi-language drama, because she is Japanese and he is Korean, so you get both languages within this drama. I think I only listed it in Korean rather than Japanese because it's a Jingi one. I watched it because of Jungi, and he is Korean. So, like, he meets her while in Japan, and then she comes to Korea or something like that, and it was a little while later that they meet. I don't remember this movie. It's another one that my sister watched, and as far as I remember, she really enjoyed it. From what I remember, it's a good movie. But it's also not something that's super sticking out at me or being, like, an absolute favorite or anything like that. It never was. I enjoyed the multi-language aspect of it. Mainly. That's the main thing I remember. The rest of it, I don't know. I think it had a good ending. I don't really remember. And then there's The Werewolf Boy. This is the last one on my list, and I'm going to stop this video because even just the movies took this long. Gosh, I didn't think they'd take this long. Sorry about that. It's called Werewolf Boy. I watched it August 7th, 2013. So, over 10 years ago. I watched it more than once, though. This movie is so frustrating! Because it's not fair! And I don't remember if I liked the ending. I think the ending was just as frustrating as everything else about this movie. It was so frustrating. It's one of those ones where you just get so angry at human beings because human beings are jerks. It was a really well done movie. Like, really good acting. Almost too good. Because it was so frustrating. Go and watch it. It's a good movie. But I'm frustrated with it. So, now I have absolutely no time left today to edit this video. So we'll see when I actually put this up. Maybe tomorrow. Don't know. But I will edit this and put it up. And let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you want me to bother continuing with this. Because I still have the Korean dramas. I have Japanese movies. I have Japanese dramas. And that one will be at least 3 videos, if not more, the Japan topic. Because I have seen so many Japanese things. There's all the Japanese movies, all the Japanese dramas, and then there's like a whole nother ballgame of the Kamen Riders and the Super Sentais and the Garo world. Woo! Huge! That one will take a long time. And then there's the Chinese one that I'll probably actually do next after the Korean, because I don't think the Chinese one will take long. Because, quite honestly, like, the movies might take at least as long as this, but the dramas won't take very long, I'm sure, because I basically started watching them in 2001. I think there's only about 6 dramas, Chinese dramas, that I don't have a record for anymore that I watched. I think there's only about that many. Most of what I watched of Chinese content before, like, when my records were lost, most of what I watched were movies. Dramas, I had barely touched the dramas yet. So, maybe I should have started with the Chinese ones, but anyway, I didn't think the Korean would take quite this long. So if you did watch that entire thing, please let me know what you thought. Have you seen any of these movies, and what were your opinion on the movies? When did you watch them? How long ago? What do you remember about them? What's the vague impression you remember? Or did you just recently watch them? A lot of these movies, like most of them, are much older. Virgin Snow is still open. Guess what? That was from May 12th, 2007. That's an old movie. Most of these are old movies because it's been a long time since I saw them, and I didn't see them when they were new. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of that. I'm doing this for fun. I have no record of them, so here you go. A little bit of a something. Anyway, now I'm rambling, and I need to go, and I also just should stop because this video is long. Bye! Thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you liked this, so that I know, and so that the algorithms will give it more attention, and leave a comment if you'd like to chat at all about anything. Bye!